Hi everybody. Today I want to talk about my main concern regarding our trip to Disneyland Paris. My worry is about it causing a flare-up and burning out. So today I want to share my thoughts on how to avoid a burnout. Obviously, neither Dean nor I have actually been to Disneyland Paris before, so I'm just going on what I've seen online and my own thoughts, how I've coped in other places in the past and applying it to Disney. But if you have any tips or tricks, then I would be welcome to have them. The first thing is we're going for 7 days, so there's absolutely no rush. We don't have to get into one park and do absolutely everything in one day. We can spread it all out. I also plan to just keep assessing myself throughout the day, seeing whether I need to stop, whether we can go back to the hotel for a little while, go to a coffee shop, go to all the different shops that are there, maybe spend some time in the pool. Just keep checking in with myself and seeing how I'm doing. And I have to remember to take breaks even when I might not feel like I need one. So I could maybe even set an alarm to say that it's been an hour or so, maybe you need to stop and sit down for a little while. Because sometimes, like, my mind says one thing, but actually my body is saying something completely different. I've been looking online and through some of the Facebook groups to see what some of the quieter spaces are. And I know there's one by, I think there's Cars Road Trip called Laugh and Go. There's like a coffee cart that you can just sit in. Apparently it's quite a nice quiet area. Also Videopolis is a theatre but doesn't always have something going on, so when there's nothing going on, that's also quite a nice quiet place just to go inside for a while and take some time out. And I've heard about Boot Hill Cemetery by Phantom Manor and the Caves by the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, that those two are also some places where it's a little bit quieter. And to take time in the restaurants as well. Again, we're there for 7 days. There's no rush. We don't have to go into a restaurant and eat as fast as we can. You know, we can just take a good couple of hours in a restaurant to have that time to rest and recuperate a little bit and get some energy back. I will use my ear defenders. That's another thing that I think will help prevent things like seizures, obviously, from the loud noises. Sometimes I'm a little bit wary about actually putting them on, not because of what they look like. I don't know what it is, but I've definitely been using them more. Even like locally, I've noticed a lots of cafes and restaurants can be really loud, so I have to put them on for a while. I did try and buy some loops, but I just couldn't get on with them. They were just uncomfortable, so I had to send them back. But yeah, luckily I've got my ear defenders, which are good. And also remember to take my pain relief and stay on top of that as and when I actually need to. Sometimes, again, I can be a bit stubborn about taking it and not taking it when I probably should do. So it's just, again, I suppose that comes down to assessing myself and knowing when I need it. I want to plan the day, but also for us just to take it as it comes. I think if we over plan, we're not going to be able to stick to a certain plan. You know, things change, so just have to kind of roll with what's happening that day. You know, what's available to do, what shows are there, and that's another way that we can sit down and have not quiet time, but be able to sit down for a while in a show. So not over plan, but just know where things are and not get stressed out when things need to change. We do plan on using Magic Hour quite wisely, because we're staying at a Disney hotel. It means that we get an extra hour in the parks every day. So yeah, I think we definitely need to make sure we get in there as soon as we can. And then I think between 12 and 3 is when it's busiest at the park, so maybe actually using that time to take a step back and come away from the parks for a little while and then going back in later in the day. I have to remember to use my aids wisely. You know, when do I need to actually use my wheelchair? Can I use my walker but make sure that I take more time to actually use the seat on it? Yeah, just to keep thinking about that every day and throughout the day, because both the wheelchair and walker are going to be there. I can change it when I need to. And stay hydrated. That is another thing, you know, is when you get dehydrated, things can go downhill a little bit. So remember to take our water bottles and keep filling them up. There is an app to use as well, the Disneyland Paris app, that shows ride times, the shows, character meets that you can get in virtual queues for. So yeah, just not be on a phone all the time and looking at it, but just keeping an eye on it to see what ride might be best to do now, or wait until the queue's gone down a little bit. And just remember not to stress and enjoy the magic of it, which I'm sure we will. But yeah, if anyone's got any tips or tricks, advice that they've, you know, things that they've found helpful in the past, then yeah, I'd really like to know them. Thank you. I do apologise about my speech. This is much better than it was last week, but I can get a sentence out now. Last week I had a few seizures and my speech was barely there. So yeah, this is much better, but I apologise for a little bit of a slow speech or a bit of a stammer, but maybe I shouldn't apologise. It's just part of me. Yeah, if you've got to the end of the video, thank you for watching, and let me know your thoughts. See you soon. Bye.